Hello, 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 awesome ones. Happy Thursday, everyone. I'm super excited to be here with you today. It is Thursday on May 2nd, 2024, and I am Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, the founder of Holistic Fitness, located right here in Queens. I am also your licensed and certified holistic personal trainer, holistic integrative teacher, Reiki master, medical astrologer, master of numerology, card creator, card reader, and the list goes on and goes on and goes on. I'm really excited to be here with you today as we are still in Mercury retrograde. And for those of you who may not know what that actually means, Mercury retrograde just means that, or should I actually say, we're in the shadow period of Mercury going direct. And the shadow period means that we may still be feeling the Mercury's energy when it's retrograded, and I'm having my own mini one right now, just due to my schedule changing just a little bit. But no worries, because I decided I was going to come here and play with you anyway. So again, super excited to be here with you today. Please let me know where you are chiming in from. And today's hot topic for the day is about Pluto's retrograde tapping into your vision. What exactly does that mean for all of us? This is going to be based on your vision that you hold for your holistic health, fitness, and wellness. That's the vision that I'm speaking about for today. If you're not aware about Pluto and where it is and the retrograde of Pluto, let me give you some insight on that before I dive into this conversation. So Pluto is the planet of transformation. Theoretically, it's about endings. It's about destroying what no longer serves you, the world, etc. It's about deaths, meaning literal deaths, where the energy is so powerful and strong, it's really easy for loved ones and fur babies to cross over at this time during this retrograde. And it is about ending. So anything that's not serving your purpose, you may start to notice that you're being pushed to walk away, or you're being encouraged, or for that matter, literally you're being pushed to get out. Meaning that you may start to notice that people, places, and things start to fade away during this retrograde cycle. Now, in Aquarius is known and represents our visions, our collaborations, our community, our what's the other word I'm looking for? Interventions, for that matter. It's also our creativity. It's all of that coming together. So when we bring Pluto and Aquarius together at this perfect time of retrograde, it's an opportunity for you to look at your visions for yourself, your health, wellness, and fitness goals, and ask yourself at this very moment, what vision do I hold for myself? When you literally stand in front of a mirror, what is your vision for yourself? How do you see yourself? Now, perhaps you may be somebody that committed, dedicated, devoted, disciplined, consistent, and goes and takes care of themselves. Physically speaking, in regards to doing some sort of physical activity, mainly strength training for that matter, because that's going to be a big part of this conversation that we're going to have for today, where you are actually looking to improve your body and get stronger. So when we think about the vision you're holding for yourself for during this retrograde period, how is that vision holding up for you, and has that vision changed at all over the years? Now, it's so funny because today I was actually watching a memory that showed up on Facebook of a workout that I did, and I think it was about 8 years ago. So it's so interesting that the type of workout I did 8 years ago and the workouts I do now. Now, the actual strength training portion of the workouts are very similar. That has not changed much. However, the format of the way I train has changed a lot. And what I mean by that is, in that particular program, that video that I saw today, I was doing what's called interval training. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, interval training means that you're going to do, or what I was doing was I was doing a 30-second, I think it was 30 seconds, of some sort of functional cardio exercise. So I might have been doing jumping jacks, or I might have been doing climbs, or I might have been doing high knees, or something in that nature for a short period of time. And then immediately after that, I was going right to my strength training exercise, and I was doing, I think, 2 exercises back to back, and then repeating the interval again. And that's the interval process of it all. The way I train today, I no longer do interval trainings. If I am going to do any type of warm-up activity, that will be done during the beginning of my workout just to get my body warmed up. And then I dive into my strength training portion. So the vision that I hold for myself in regards to how I am working towards a stronger version of my body, stronger version of being healthy, my health and fitness goals is very different than it was 8 years ago, 5 years ago, and even a year ago for that matter. So my big question to you is, what vision do you hold for your health, fitness, and wellness at this point in time? I'm going to check in before I continue the conversation about what we're going to be talking about today to make sure I'm streaming where I need to be streaming. I do see that I have someone watching with me right now, and I want to find out who it is so I can say hi to them. So if you are streaming in, please let me know that you are here by saying hi. I would love to know that you are here. So bear with me as I'm trying to connect with the computer, with the phone. What happened? I tell you, not able to get on my X right now, so no worries. I'll go back and check that out again. Let me see what's going on my YouTube channel. Make sure I'm streaming there. And I am, so if you are watching on YouTube, let me know that you are there by saying hi. Check in. Share the page out. If you have not subscribed to my page yet, please do help me grow my page. It's always helpful. And then I'm going to go and check out on Facebook. Just see that I'm there as well. New stuff going on Facebook. Excuse me as I got distracted. All right, so I am on Facebook. So if you are watching, let me know that you are there. I'm going to see. Oh, and I did not post this, so interesting enough. Let me see. To my groups. Let's see. We're going to stream there. And then we're going to stream probably over here. All right. All righty. And anybody else who pops in to say hi, I would love to know that. So anyway, like I was saying, so today's topic is about Pluto retrograde and the vision you hold. What is my topic for today? I love when I can't remember. Bear with me a moment. And I know there's a way to see it, so let me find out. Today's topic is Pluto retrograde. Tap into your vision. Hello. So with the help of Pluto's retrograde, it's an opportunity for you to review the vision you have for yourself, your health, fitness, wellness. And what is inspiring you? Hello there, Linda. Nice to see you here with me. What is inspiring you to hold the vision for your health, fitness, and wellness? What is that inspiration? Where's it coming from? Now, I actually heard something a little earlier today about when we think about inspiration, we think about burnout. And I know at one point or another, I've used that term burnout as well. And the expression that I heard today was when we talk about burnout, it is really where spirit has left the building. Because when we get burnt out, it means we have lost our inspiration of doing something, and that means we are no longer connecting with spirit. So think about that the next time you may be in that funk, so to speak, in regards to wanting to transform your body, wanting to be a healthier version of yourself, wanting to be a stronger version of yourself, and yet you feel as though you are burnt out. you're tired, you're fatigued, you're just blah. Now, understanding that when you are tired, ideally, tired means that you can go and rest. Now, if resting, meaning sleeping, is not filling you up and helping you to recover, it probably may mean that you are spiritually tired. And when you are spiritually tired, again, that means you are beyond the point of having to rest. It's really about learning to quiet yourself down and reconnect, realign, recharge your body, your chakra system to get back on track, to connecting with spirit. Because again, and I'm sure you've heard this expression at some point or another on your journey in life, and maybe you haven't, maybe this will be the first time you're hearing it, is that we are spiritual beings having multiple human experiences. We are not human beings having multiple spiritual experiences. It really is the other way around. And what we need to get in the habit of understanding and learning and knowing is that we are spiritual beings. And with the help of the pandemic going back to 2020, so many more of us are really becoming more in tune, sensitive, empathic, and therefore connecting more on a higher level with spirit. Therefore, when we think about our process of strength training and the vision that we hold for ourselves to be a healthier and stronger version of who we are, we need to incorporate the spiritual aspects of things into the whole process of how you are building a stronger foundation. Now, the foundation I speak about is your body. Your body is your temple, and I'm sure you've heard that expression at some point or another in your life. Your body is your temple, and it's so really important to make sure you're putting in the right things into your body to keep your temple, your foundation, strong enough to maintain a strong, healthy body, a strong, healthy mind, a strong, healthy emotional state, and strong, healthy spirit. They all really come hand in hand as you are a total person. When we think about strength training and only focusing in on the physical aspects of things, meaning focusing on the losing weight, focusing on trimming the waistline, focus on having a bigger butt, which seems to be a fad right now. It's like every woman is obsessed with having this big booty, and the reality of it all is it's great to have a big booty. The idea is to understand what your gluteus maximum, gluteus medius muscles are actually there to help you with. And that's a whole other live. If you're interested in learning, feel free to reach out to me and I'll do a live about it. However, when we think about this whole process of just working the physical and not really focusing on the spiritual aspects of things, bringing the spiritual aspects into your actual everyday of strength training to be a stronger version of yourself, there's some things you need to take in consideration. Every one of us at some point or another, and this is not if it's going to happen, this is when it's going to happen, is going to experience stress and challenges and chaos in our lives. And that stress, chaos, and challenges that we go through in our lives, if our body is not physically strong enough to withhandle the emotional stress that we go under, what will eventually happen is that we'll literally destroy our body, where we will experience pain. We will experience illness. We will experience disease. This is one of the reasons why strength training and bringing these spiritual aspects into play is really important. And holding that vision for yourself right now so you can be a healthier version of you. So there's so much information that I can apply to today's topic to help you really get more in line and building this foundation that you're looking to build. So before I continue to dive in, I do want to say hi to everybody who is popping in. I see I have Kathy here, and I have my faithful audience, Anne's here with us. So thank you. So again, like I say, when we think about this Pluto retrograde is giving us an opportunity to really work on letting go of our bad habits, beliefs, and programmings based on how we go about building a strong, healthy body. Bringing the holistic perspective into your health, the holistic perspective into your fitness, the holistic perspective into your wellness. Now, when I use the word holistic, notice on my screen, I have a W in front of that word holistic, because it's the whole body, not just the physical. We're not four different compartments. It's not physical separate from the spirit. It's not spirit separated from the emotions. It's not the emotions separated from the mind. It's all one. And it's time that we start to embody that process of being all one. Very important to do just that. You know, when we break it down, when we think about this whole process of Pluto helping us to destroy the mindset. We have been programmed to believe for the last, at least for me, being on the search for 54 years, being in this industry since I'm 12, I have been programmed to believe all the different things that I believe about nutrition, about how to exercise, about cardio, about all of that. And in the last, give and take, 15 years, I have reprogrammed, retrained my brain to start to think something different. And how I did that was by applying my intuition into the process of retraining my brain. Now, what exactly do I mean by that? Well, let's talk about intuition for just a moment. Intuition. Intuition is about the inner knowing, the connection with spirit, the connection of knowing that there's something more than the things that we're being taught and what we're hearing. Now, for most part, everything that we're taught, if we apply everything that we're taught without taking our own time out to research and review and see how it really works for us on an individual level, it's almost like we're robots. We're just sort of following the rules. When you learn how to tap into your intuition, you can then start to evaluate, does this really work for me? Does it really work for me to go on a calorie deficit and restrict myself of, let's say, 300 calories? This is what, when you think about the health, fitness, and wellness industry, if you've ever had an opportunity to sit and chat with a fitness coach, personal trainer, or even nutritionist, these are some of the things that you are hearing them suggest that is done to reach the specific goals that you're looking to reach. Now, in theory, for my philosophy is that if my body requires a certain amount of calories a day to do what it needs to do to stay strong and healthy, why would I want to turn around and restrict calories that's going to then put me on a deficit? So it really is very important to start thinking about a lot of the programmings and beliefs and conditionings that we have established for so many years, and perhaps using this Pluto retrograde to help us really decide, does this philosophy work for me? I wanted to pause so you didn't have to hear that. Does this philosophy work for me? And then you check in with yourself. You learn to tap in with your gut intuition. You connect with spirit and ask, does it really work for me to cut my calories down? Does it really work for me not to have a certain amount of carbohydrates? Does it really work for me to do it this way versus this way? And when you start to do that, you may decide that it's time to change things up. And once you start to change things up, now you are actually working with your own body. And you're taking control. And you're allowing your body, your spirit, your mind to advocate for you, as opposed to being told that this is the best way of going about it. Now, one of the things that I do when I work with clients like yourself is I say to clients, I suggest to clients, try it this way, experiment for 12 weeks. Now, I always use the number 12 weeks because it's 3 months, which means it's going to give your body some time to get used to what it is you're doing so you can get to see the results you're looking to see. So try my methodology for 12 weeks and see what happens. If you start to see progress and you start to see that transformation happening and you're liking the results you're getting, then you may want to continue doing the way I'm suggesting. Now, if after 12 weeks, for whatever the reasons are, you're still not seeing the progress you were looking to be seeing based on my methodology, then if you want to go back to your old way, by all means. Now, for some clients, it may take more than 12 weeks for their body to go through that transformation. Sometimes it may take that 6-month period. And if that client is willing to extend that time to do just that, to see if this could work for them, and trusting their intuition, checking in with their body, say, is this the best way for me to do this? It's really about allowing yourself to bring the spiritual aspects into your holistic health, fitness, and wellness regimen, so you can advocate for yourself as opposed to listening to all the outside energies that take place. Whereas in fact, most of this information that is being offered to us is very old information. Very old information. And it's really important that you start doing some research to find out when was the last time any of this information was revised. And once you find out when some of this information has been revised or maybe not revised, you may then realize that this information is not the best thing for you to get you to where you have to go. Remembering again, you are a spiritual being. And in the last 4 years, you have evolved so much that you are now a different version of yourself from 4 years ago, from 8 years ago, from 10 years ago, from 20 years ago. Therefore, maintaining the same philosophies and principles of what you might have done 10, 20 years ago is not going to work for you anyway, because you are a spiritual being. It's so important now to start to learn how to navigate through the spiritual aspects and connect with spirit to better understand how to go about this transformation. And utilizing this Pluto retrograde to review where you are right now and the vision that you hold for yourself, how to tap into that vision for yourself. What is your why? Now, if you've been following me regularly, you know I say this a lot. You've heard this before. It's not new to hear. What is your why to your health, fitness, and wellness goals? Why are you looking to get stronger? What is that going to do for you? What is your why? Now, if you're watching this from Facebook, feel free to put some comments in so we can have a lovely dialogue together. Let me know your why. Why are you investing your time, your energy, and for some, even your money? Why are you investing so you can be a stronger, healthy version of yourself? What is your why? It's very important to define your why, because that why is going to be the very thing that keeps you consistently doing what you're doing to get to the results you're looking to get. Now, do understand, and I don't want to misinform you, that as you're going through this process of transformation with your health, fitness, and wellness goals, there's always going to be another layer, another layer, another layer, another layer. That's why understanding your why is so important, because that's going to give you the determination and motivation to keep going. Now, if your why happens to be related to weight loss, or because someone is suggesting that you need to start strength training, that is not a big enough why. That why needs to be so much more. Your why, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but your why could be just about the fact that, you know what, I want to be able to run after my grandchildren. I want to be able to play with my grandchildren. I want to be able to run with my fur animals. That could be your why, and that's a very important why. It could be about, I want to be able to functionally do the things I need to do. I want to be able to take care of myself once I reach a certain age, so I don't have to be dependent on somebody else taking care of me. These are things that we don't think about at the younger age that we are. And if we start to think about these things way in our 70s and 80s, believe it or not, at that point in time, not that it's too late to get started, but in theory, it's something you need to start thinking about now. Very important to start thinking about. So when you think about this Pluto's retrograde, this is an opportunity for you to start reflecting on what habits you have based on your mindset and your emotional connection to when you are experiencing whatever stress, chaos, and challenges you're going through. And is your body strong enough to sustain whatever it is you are going through, or is whatever it is you're going through knocking the shit out of you? Think about it. Think about it, because there's something really big to think about. And that could be the very reason why you decide, you know what, I do need to become a healthier version of myself. I do need to be stronger so I can be and able to sustain through whatever challenges I have going. So I'm just going to look at some of the comments before I move on. I use our... Not sure what you mean by that you use our, why these days. So if you can elaborate on that, Anne, I'd appreciate that, just so I can have a better understanding to what that actually means. Your. Oh, okay. I use your why. Oh, yes, I love that. Yeah, the why concept is really important because it really helps us to be able to stick with our commitment to our strength training routines. And then bringing in the spiritual aspects. Now, you may be wondering, what are the spiritual aspects? Let me explain some of the spiritual aspects. The spiritual aspects, when we think about it, is yes, that in your intuition, connecting with spirit, connecting with your intuition, and being able to know things without knowing. Asking questions. Does it really work for me to restrict my calories? And ask the question to find out what your spiritual body will tell you. And this is not a logical thing. This is not about you saying to yourself, no, that doesn't work for me. It's about connecting to spirit to ask, does it really work for me? It's the same way in reference to what is the right or quote unquote wrong way of eating, the good food, the bad food. There's really no such thing as good or bad food. Everything is calories. You can have 100-calorie salad or you can have 100-calorie ice cream. It's your choice. And both can be equally nourishing because of the connection you make with the food. So if you choose to have the 100-calorie ice cream, you're going to sit there and charge that ice cream to help you do whatever it is you want that ice cream to do for you. Because remember, the ice cream has protein in it, it's got fat in it, and it's got carbohydrates in it, and you can utilize all of that to do whatever it is you want to do. It's learning how to activate, energize, and clear away whatever it is and have a really good relationship with the ice cream. It comes back to the mindset. If you're going to sit in the mindset of saying, okay, I'm going to have the ice cream, and then an hour later you sit there feeling guilty and ashamed and judging yourself because you've had the ice cream, that doesn't sit well with your body. It is about a mindset. And why on earth would you feel guilty about having ice cream if it's something you've chosen to want to do? It's learning how to feed and fuel the body. That's part of my spiritual aspects of things when I work with clients like yourself, is to teach you how to bring that balance into play. Fuel and feed. Feeding means you are actually allowing your inner child to be heard, to be seen, and to receive what his or her desires are. Fueling means you're actually fueling your body, giving your body the nutrients that your body requires to do all the different things you're doing in your day. So now let's go into the next step of the spiritual aspects of things, talking about the energy work, Reiki. Literally connecting with your body in reference to energizing your energy, clearing out the chi that may feel stagnant based off the different things you're going through in your day, the energy on the outside. It could be family members as well, is getting in the habit of activating your energy, rubbing your hands up and down and slowly begin to feel it. So do it with me. Bring your hands together, rub your hands up and down, and then just separate your hands. And see if you can feel the energy from one hand to the other. And if you can, separate your hands some more. Feel that energy from one hand to the other. Now, those of you who follow me regularly, you've done this with me before. This is not new. Those of you who are watching for the first time, this may be new to you. So we're going to do what's called a universal hug. Let's place the left hand right on your heart center. Activate your heart center. When we activate the heart center, we're helping to release the anxiety. We're helping to lower the blood pressure. We're helping to decrease any risk of stroke. We're helping to decrease the stress levels, all by activating the heart. Now we're going to take our right hand, place it on your belly. Our solar plex energy, where we're going to now activate the energies to activate your intuition. Clear away the worries and the doubts and the fears, and just allow yourself to be in the space to receive. Now, I know that you cannot see me in my universal hug, but my hand is on my belly. And just sitting in this energy for just a little while, and it's an energy that you could do without actually thinking about it because it's actually working. Now, if you do want to just quiet yourself down for a moment, you want to close your eyes and see if you can feel this energy, practice it. Practice, save this live, come back to it and practice. Then, of course, once you are done doing the work, then you can just go about your day. And if you are going to sit and be in this energy with this, just focus. Just close your eyes and just allow the energy to go. You can tap into your visions and tap in and ask spirit to help you let go of what you don't need. Any pain, any illness, any disease that you want to let go of. This is the opportunity to do just that. And then just become aware. Where do you feel in this energy? That may require some practice. You may have to quiet yourself down. I've been doing this for a while. I can feel this energy in my left ear. I feel this energy down on my foot. I feel this energy right in my arm. And of course, when you're done with the energy, you want to close it off by bringing your hands back together. Just give a gentle gratitude of your spirit guides coming in to support you. So that's the Reiki aspects of things. That's another spiritual aspect, the Reiki energy that you bring together to help clear the energy in your chakras. We have chakras all over our bodies. We have 12 chakras that literally run from the top of our head down 12 feet. And for most part, most healers and practitioners work with 7 of the primary chakras. And each of our chakras are associated with our organs. And they're associated with our zodiac signs and our planets as well. So there's so many reasons why getting familiar with Reiki and connecting with Reiki and doing Reiki on a daily practice is going to help you move that energy around to clear it out, especially if you do have pain, illness, or disease. The next spiritual aspect to speak on, as I just spoke about when we talk about the chakra system, connecting with the chakras, it's also about connecting with your astrology. Your astrology, your natal chart. Understanding your natal chart, there are several placements in your natal chart that is perfectly aligned and connected to your health, fitness, and wellness goals. And those placements are your 6th house. Your 6th house is about your health. It's about your body. It's about your nervous system. That's your 6th house. And whatever planets that are sitting in that 6th house is going to be the emphasis, the amplifier of what's going to take place with your body. The next placement is the 12th house. That's the connection with spirit. That is helping you open up that connection so you can connect with your intuition. And whatever planets are sitting in the 12th house. And then we look into Taurus. Wherever Taurus is placed on your chart, what house is Taurus in? Taurus is about your physical body. Taurus is about how you value your physical body. Do you value your physical body? Do you value your health? Or are you taking all of this for granted? Do you feel that there's no choice no other choice but to be in a situation you're in? Because I'm here to tell you that there is a choice. You can transform your body. You can transform from health and diseases, assuming that's something you desire to do. The next placement is Virgo energy. Where is Virgo on your chart? Virgo, right now, when we speak about Pluto's energy based on where it is with Aquarius, it's Virgo sits in your 6th house placement. So Virgo is very important right now because that, again, is about your nervous system. It's about your physical body. It's about scheduling time to take care of your physical body. So 4 placements I just spoke about based on your natal chart that is actually is lighting up right now based on your strength, based on your health, and based on your wellness that you can take charge of now, transforming your mind, body, and spirit now. You don't have to wait. You could do it now. With Pluto being in retrograde, this is your time to reflect and review what is it that's not working for you anymore. Do you want to continue being not well? Do you really want to continue having to take medication? Do you really want to not feel joyful and happy? Do you really want to always experience pain? I'm assuming you've answered all those questions. No, no, and no. And if that is the case, this is your time now to start making different choices. This is your time now to start seeing your vision differently so you can start transforming your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotions. I always believe, my firm belief is that anything that's going on with our body starts from our emotions. So if there is something going on with your body, if you are experiencing a pain or illness or disease, it's really important to tap back and connect in the emotion. What was going on when when that situation started showing up? When What was the experience like? What lesson were you experiencing at that time? Tap into the emotion. Once you can work on the emotion and get into that place where you can heal the emotion, you will begin to heal the pain, the illness, disease. And that's a big part of this process of bringing the spiritual aspects into your strength training program. Bringing this whole process in so you can have Pluto's help to help you transform and let go of what no longer serves you. So you can tap into this new vision for yourself. There is so much information out there nowadays that there's really no excuse, no reason why anybody should have an illness. No reason. There is so much information out there. There is so much information out there that there's really no reason why anybody should have illness, anyone should have a disease, and anyone should have pain. What it really comes down to is wanting to do the work so you can experience a different experience and hold a different vision for yourself. And I'm not going to sit here and say that it's easy. Not at all. It's a process. It's a journey that you are on so you can transform. And more importantly, understand and learn the lesson from whatever the reasons are that you have this contract with, which is extremely important. So thinking about transforming your mindset, letting go of the old habits, beliefs, and programmings that you have that's related to not being strong. Transforming your habits, beliefs, and programs regarding your myths about why you should, or why are you not strength training? What is your reasons to why you're not training? You don't have time. You don't know how. You're afraid you'll get too big. You don't have the finances. These are all excuses. They're all excuses. All excuses. It's time to retrain your thinking. Now, I've said this and made this comment in many lives before. When we think about strength training is the base to your health insurance. When you can think of strength training as your base to your health insurance, you will find a way financially to be able to afford strength training. That's just the bottom line to it all. So just thinking about that, keeping that in mind in regards to the whole process of utilizing this Pluto's retrograde energy to help you transform your thinking. Retrain your brain to start thinking something different. Start investing in you. Start valuing you. Start loving on you. Start seeing yourself as worthwhile and valuable enough to want to be a healthy version of yourself. To be a stronger version of yourself, because again, as I said earlier, every one of us will, it's not if, every one of us will experience stress, challenges, and chaos in our lives. Now, the big question is your body strong enough to withstand whatever it is you are experiencing? Or is that stress, chaos, and challenge going to knock you on your ass? And it all has to do with being strong, physically strong. Your body needs to be physically strong to withstand whatever emotional stresses you're experiencing. Otherwise, it will knock you down. And knock you down to the point where it can cause major setbacks. So allowing yourself to utilize this Pluto's retrograde energy and reset the vision you hold for yourself so you can be a healthier, stronger version of you. Especially for my ladies over 40. And I speak to my ladies over 40 because I want you ladies to really understand the importance of strength training. Why is it so important? Because ladies over 40, every year after 40 that you are not strength training, you lose up to 3% of muscle tissue every year. Every year. You lose up to 3% of muscle tissue every year. And this is not about your body weight. This is about muscle tissue. And as you lose muscle tissue every year, what's happening is your bone density is going to get weaker. And then you're more prone, that if you were to fall, you're more prone to breaking something because your bone density is weaker. This is one of the reasons why strength training is so important, because if you're not strength training, you do not have a strong foundation. And a strong foundation is going to be the very thing that will literally save you from breaking something. And we can all sit back and say, yes, we all have lots of work to do, wherever you are in your journey. But until you make the change and decide to do it, you're always going to have lots of work to do. When are you going to value yourself enough to want to become a stronger version of yourself? And like I said, I understand that it's not an easy thing to do. It takes dedication, takes commitment, takes time. And that's exactly what it is, time. The new guidelines for women over 40 is to be strength training 30 minutes a day, most days of the week. That's the new guidelines, 30 minutes a day, most days of the week. Now, when we say most days of the week, there's 7 days in the week. Theoretically, 6 days a week. You should be strength training 30 minutes a day to building a strong foundation. Now, I do not recommend that you go on this on your own and try to figure it out on your own. I definitely do not recommend that you go on to these different apps that they have and buy these apps and follow a program that was designed by whomever. No, I do not recommend it at all. Remember, I said this is a time about you valuing your body. Valuing your body means there's an investment behind this. I do recommend that you hire yourself a really, really great fitness coach, nutritionist, or personal trainer. Someone that's going to help you, guide you, support you, and get you on the right track. So this right here, that program is going to be designed with you in mind, and that they're going to watch you, support you to make sure that what you're doing it correctly so you don't get hurt. Now, to be really honest, I don't know if there are, well, let me say it this way. I know that there is no other personal trainer out there that brings strength training and the spiritual aspects together, besides myself. Over time, that's going to change, because my mission is, over the next year or two, is to start training other trainers, teaching them my methodology, so other trainers can incorporate this into their routine and help clients like yourself do this work, bridging the spiritual and the physical together. So again, as I always say, if you want some guidance, if you want to get started, if you're tired of being a weaker version of yourself, if you're tired of not being able to get up off the floor so you don't get down on the floor, and you don't get off the floor, you're tired of not being able to get down on the floor and play with your fur babies or your grandchildren or your children, or you're tired of not being able to walk to the store and get out of breath, or you're tired of not being able to make your bed without hurting your back, or if you're tired of whatever it is you're tired of, if you've finally gotten to the point that you're ready to really value yourself, value your body, your temple, your foundation, and you're ready to transform, this is the perfect time to do just so during this Pluto Retrograde, to allow yourself to see a new vision of yourself being a healthier version of yourself, bringing all the different spiritual aspects into play. Again, we have the Reiki, we have the chakra alignment, we've spoken about the astrology, those 4 placements that you definitely want to look at and understand and know so you can apply it. Talking about your numerology energy, your personal energy, your number. Are you familiar with that? If not, what your personal energy, your number is. You take your month of your birthday, the date you're born on, and the current year. Add those numbers together. Reduce the number down to a single digit if it's not already. unless it's a master number, which would be 11, 22, or 33. Those stay that way. Now, whatever your number is, that's going to be your theme to what this year is all about. So, for example, my personal energy year number is 6. And because my personal energy year number 6, that really is about me being in service with my body, me serving my body, me servicing my body. It's like taking your car to the car shop to service it. That's what the number 6 is about. It's servicing the body, making sure my body is on track, making sure my nutrition's on track, maybe changing up my nutrition a little bit, making sure I'm helping my body get stronger and stronger to withstand whatever it is I need to withstand, being my own advocate of my health, being my own doctor, so making sure I'm doing what I need to do so I can stay healthy. So again, for those of you who are watching on Facebook with me, if you want to put your month and day and year this year into the comments, I will let you know what personal energy year you have and give you some insight to what that means based on health, fitness, and wellness. And I'll give you about 5 minutes to do that, and I'll check back in to see if anyone have placed a comment. Because this is all part of the spiritual aspects of connecting with yourself from a spiritual level. As I said earlier, and I said it again before, I'm going to say it again now, is that you are a spiritual being having multiple human experiences. And because you are a spiritual being, it's so important to start applying the spiritual aspects into your physical activities in your day. And really understanding the importance of strength training. The word strength training means you want to get stronger. You want to be strong. You want to be strong. And one of the most important reasons to be strong, and I'm not sure if you know this about me, I do work with the older population. Women over 70 I work with. And I am a post-rehab specialist as well. So I apply that into my routine. So I do work with people who need post-rehab exercises. And applying the spiritual aspects into play as well. Because once you do reach a certain age, if you are not strong, life gets really challenging. It's really challenging to walk up a flight of stairs. It's really challenging to stand without assistance. It's really challenging just to stand. And these are reasons why being strong is important. Having a strong core, having strong legs, having a strong back, having strong arms, having strong shoulders. These are all reasons why it's really important to be a stronger version of yourself. Not to take it for granted. And there really is no such thing as you're too old to get started. You're never too old to start. The idea is that you do need to get started. And because you are a spiritual being, it's so important to also recognize the spiritual components that need to come into play. That this is not just about the old formulas of restricting calories. No, you need calories. You need calories. How many calories do you need? Well, we need to determine that. We need to determine how many calories your body needs in order to be strong. So this is not a one-size-fits-all cookie cutter. This is really about getting into the nitty-gritty of personalizing the program for you. And using this Pluto Retrograde to help you really reevaluate the vision you have for yourself. So what I like to do now, in the last portion of this conversation, is I'm going to go through the zodiac signs to give you some insight. So now what we're going to be looking at is we're looking strictly based on the Pluto Aquarius energy. So it's all based on Aquarius. So wherever you have Aquarius on your chart is what this is going to be about. Now, again, as I mentioned earlier, based on the placements regarding your health and fitness and wellness, those 4 placements, we have the 6th house, which is about your health, your nervous system. It's about servicing your body. It's about scheduling time to take care of your body. You have your 12th house, which is about your intuition, tapping into your intuition, becoming more attuned to who you are from a spiritual perspective. The sensitive being you are, that connection, so you can learn how to determine your yes and no answers, to define whether or not something is for you or not. in order to determine whether or not a calorie deficit is for you or not, you have to check in with your body and say, does it serve me to undereat the amount of calories my body requires? And your answer may be no. You may ask yourself for that day, does it serve me to do 10,000 steps today? Your body may say no. Your body may say yes. Your body might say, yeah, you know what? Today's a really good day to get outside and walk. Does it have to be 10,000 steps? Not necessarily. Remember, you always want to come back to your why. Why are you choosing to do the thing you're looking to do? Why? Once you understand your why, and it's a confirmative why, and it's not an ego-based why, and it's aligned to your spirit, then that's going to keep you motivated. So we have the 6th house, we have the 12th house, then we have the placement to where Taurus is. What house is Taurus sitting in? Now, for me, I have Taurus sitting in my 10th and 11th house, and I have Saturn there. So Saturn is about my structure. So we also want to understand that whatever planets are sitting in those placements, that plays a big role too. So I just want to put something out there for you. And I see that no one on Facebook has commented about their personal energy or number yet. So I'm guessing no one's interested to know what their personal energy or number is. So when we talk about, what was I just saying? Oh, yes, there we go. So when we talk about the planets in your placement, so I want to tap into that 6th house for a minute. If you happen to have Jupiter or Uranus in your 6th house energy, okay, let me break it down to what they both mean. Jupiter is about the expansion, our spiritual expansion, our spiritual wisdom, our spiritual gifts, such as our psychic abilities, our senses opening up, and our intuition. Jupiter is also about the expansion, which means if it's in your 6th house, you may very well be prone, should you have, because it's in Taurus energy right now, should you have your sun, moon, or ascending in Taurus during this season, you may be prone to some weight gain because Jupiter is sitting in your 6th house. And because you have sun, moon, or ascending in Taurus energy. So think about that. Now, what does one do if they have Jupiter in their 6th house? How do they go about this fact of, oh my God, there's going to be weight gain? The weight gain that comes on based on that Jupiter's energy is based on a challenge you're going to be experiencing. It's almost like the universe gives you this extra weight, and I've actually spoke about this once before as well. The universe brings this extra weight on for you to ground you, to help you stay grounded so you don't get overwhelmed by whatever might be showing up in your life. It's also to slow you down some, because when we do have extra weight, we tend to slow down. We don't move as much because we feel heavy. Now, the good news about the Jupiter's extra weight is not a permanent thing. Once the challenge is learned, then the weight will slowly come off. The other good thing about it, for those who do have Jupiter in Taurus energy, sun, moon, or ascending, and you have it sitting in your 6th house, as of May 25th, Jupiter will be transiting out of Taurus and moving into Gemini. So that's going to be a whole different energy because of that. So now let me talk to you a little bit about Uranus. And then I'm going to pull cards. Uranus is the planet of chaos. I like to call it the midlife crisis, the awakening. And let's break all the rules. So now if you have Uranus in your 6th house, and Uranus is also in Taurus right now, by the way. Uranus will stay in Taurus for a little while longer. This also means that there may be some challenges that may come up with your health. And you may very well be facing some health challenges because there's Uranus there. Now, having somebody read your natal chart and helping you to understand your natal chart, you can get some tips and suggestions on what you can do with this energy there. Whereas if you do have a health challenge coming on, or you're experiencing one now, because again, remember, Uranus is in Taurus And Taurus is all about the physical body. And if it's in your sixth house, yes, it's almost like I'm going to say 90% chance that you're probably experiencing some sort of health challenge right now. Now, the only way you're going to know if this is actually you or not is looking at your chart. Going to your natal chart, and I'll put up the site for you to see. There we go. There's the site, astro.com. Take a look and look at your sixth house. If you happen to have Uranus there, you may want to reach out to me so you and I can have a conversation. Uranus will be in Taurus for a little while. In fact, Uranus is going to go retrograde in Taurus. And let me see if I can give you that information to when. I don't know if I have that with me right now. I don't think I do. Let me see. No, I do not. But if you are interested, if you happen to have Uranus in your sixth house, please reach out to me. You and I can have a conversation, and I can help you better understand and navigate through whatever health issues you may have going on at the moment. So I just noticed that we're just about 56 minutes in, and I definitely do not want to be here too long. So what I'm going to do now, for the remaining portion of the time that I am here, is I'm going to pull cards. I'm going to pull cards for obviously just overall Aquarian energy to give you some insight to how to utilize this Pluto energy in Aquarius, this retrograde that we are experiencing, and playing with this energy, being that we are 56 minutes in. Now, I do see I have 3 people here. Can I see where they are coming from? Let me see something. Do I have comments here? No. All right, no. All right, anyways. All right, so what I'm going to do, I know I have Anne here, and I believe there's one other person. I just don't see their name. And I'm not sure if they're chiming in from YouTube or if they're chiming in from the X. And I wish I knew, but there's definitely 3 people watching. I'm one of the 3 because I always watch on my phone, so I can see the comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a card for Aquarius because Pluto's in Aquarius. And I'm going to read the card for Gemini because I know Anne's here and her sun sign is Gemini. I know that for sure. And if I only knew the third person, this other person who is watching, if I knew their natal sun sign, I would read a card for them. And I will come back at a different time and do the 12-card spread for this energy, as I was really hoping to have done that today, but we're already 58 minutes in. So we're going to start with our Aquarius energy. So we all have Aquarius in our chart. So I want you to look at your natal chart and see where Aquarius is, what house Aquarius is at. And this will be your card in reference to learning how to navigate through this energy. And the card is, oh, this is such a perfect card, health. That's exactly what we've been talking about this entire time. Tapping into your Pluto retrograde to help you realign your vision so you can be a healthier version of yourself. So this is for all the Aquarians. Whether you're sun, moon, or ascending signs in Aquarius, we all have Aquarian in our chart. You may not have any planets there, but right now, Pluto is transiting your 6th house energy. So take a look at your natal chart and see what house Pluto is in for you. I'm sorry, see what house Aquarius is in for you. I happen to have Aquarius in 2 house placements. I have Aquarius in my 7th house, where my moon is. So it really is about my contracts and how I value my relationships and how I value balance in my life. And I also have Aquarius in my 8th house, which is where Mercury is. So it's the experience that I'm having and what no longer works for me, how I'm transforming those experiences, what I'm teaching, what I am holding true to my heart and what I want to share out with you. So we talk about the Aquarian card. This is about your health. So this is the perfect time during this Pluto retrograde to start revisiting your health. Can you be a healthier version of you? Can you be healthier? What can you do to be healthier? If you are somebody that restricts your calories, are you willing to transform that idea and start allowing your body to have the calories it's needed? Are you somebody that doesn't drink enough water? Can you make a commitment to yourself to start drinking water every 30 minutes throughout the day, from the time you wake to about 2 hours before you go to bed? Are you somebody that is consuming protein shakes? If that's you, perhaps maybe you can eliminate the protein shakes and start eating natural food, real food that's going to bring you the protein that the protein shakes bring in. Because you got to think about it, protein shakes, theoretically speaking, is known as a fast food because the ingredients in the protein shake is not real food. Think about that. Are you somebody that doesn't eat enough carbohydrates because you want to, for whatever the reason, eat a low-carb diet? If that is you, are you willing to evaluate your carbohydrates and bring in the carbs your body requires you? Now, you may not know the answers to this. You may not know what your body actually requires because you've never evaluated how much of this you need. Because again, we've been programmed to believe something. And that programming that we've been programmed to believe may not hold true for you anymore. So you do need to start doing some research. The orange energy is your sacral chakra. Now, you may hold on to a lot of judgment about yourself where, oh my God, my trainer told me I have to eat more. I can't do that. And you start judging yourself. You have this myth about if I start to eat more, I'm going to put on more weight. Only way you're going to put on more weight if you start to eat more is if you sit on your ass all day. That's the only way. Now, if you're sitting on your ass all day, that's another thing you got to check in on. You cannot sit on your ass all day. You need to move your body. Otherwise, you're going to definitely be a very unhealthy version of you. So that sacral energy is about the judgment, the guilt, the shame, the blame. Got to work on letting that go. And then we have that 33. 33 in numerology is a master number. It's the master sacrificer. What are you willing to sacrifice so you can be a healthy version of yourself? What are you consuming where you're spending money on that you can not spend money on that and invest that money on your health? What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? I work with a client who I worked with in the past. I worked with her for 10 years. And with the pandemic, she had to stop because she got ill. And she recently started coming back to me. And one of the biggest things that she did in order to be able to work with me is she literally stopped drinking. She stopped drinking. She stopped drinking. You know, not 100% because I suggested to her not to go 100% cold turkey, but to slow it weaning out. Where now she's actually just a healthier version of herself because she stopped drinking. I have another client that decided, you know what? I want to be a healthier version of myself. I want to be able to breathe without huffing and puffing when I climb the stairs. So she literally started weaning herself off her cigarettes. So the money she was spending on her cigarettes, she now spends and invests on her training with me. The client that stopped drinking, the money she was spending on her drinking, she now takes that money and invests working with me. I have another client that was a shopaholic. She takes the money that she used to shop with and she invests to her health and fitness. So you really have to just evaluate where are you spending your money and how much do you value your health? And are you willing to invest in a healthier version of yourself? So what are you willing to sacrifice? So that's the card for Aquarius. Like I said, I'm going to read a card for Gemini because I do have Anne here. So Anne, this card is for you based on your sun natal sign of Gemini. What this Pluto energy is going to hold for you. And just to give you an idea, Pluto is transiting your 9th house as Gemini. And what that means is that there's about It's about your higher wisdom. It's about your truth telling. It's time to start telling yourself the truth to why you choose not to do something for you, why you choose not to 100% commit to yourself to be a healthy version of you. Start telling yourself the truth. We as humans have so many excuses to why we don't do what we do. We don't have time. I have to take care of the kids. I have to do work. Whatever the excuses are. How important is your health? So let's see what card comes up for Anne as a Gemini. And anybody else who's watching this who has a sun, moon, or ascending sign in Gemini, this is yours. This is your card as well. Oh, here we go. We got the sacral energy again. It showed up in the Aquarian card, and now it's showing up for the Gemini card. Sacral energy, judgment, shame, guilt, or blame. Sometimes we don't exercise, we don't strength train, we don't take time for ourselves because we feel guilty. We feel like, oh my God, if I'm doing this, I should really be doing something else instead. I don't have the right to take care of myself. We feel guilty. So we don't do it. Well, we have to start changing that belief system. We have to start changing that belief system. Completion is the word here. What are you willing to complete? What are you willing to end? What are you willing to let go of today so you can begin to be a better, healthy version of yourself? Then the card here is also number 9 as well. So this is about letting go so you can transform. Again, this is our Gemini card, specifically for Anne, but anybody else who holds Gemini in their sun, moon, or ascending sign. Pluto is transiting the 9th house, which is about the higher learning. It's about the truth telling. It's about your dream state. Truth telling is the big one here, because so many of us, very good, Anne. I'll be waiting for your why. So many of us hold on to that guilt when it comes to taking care of ourselves. So many of us hold on to that guilt when it comes to purchasing something for ourselves. It's something we really have to work on letting go of, because again, your health is your new wealth. And if you're not healthy, you have nothing. So that's the card right there. There you go. Gemini and Aquarius for today. And because I have no idea who that other person is who's watching with us, I do not see their name. I do not see any comments from any place else. So unfortunately, I'm sorry that I'm not able to see the other person. But I do want to say thank you so much for being with me here tonight, today, on the 2nd day of May. And May is also known as Mother May I. So Mother May I, Mother May I. So yes, you may. This is your opportunity to use Pluto's retrograde to help you review the vision you hold for yourself based on your health, fitness, and wellness. And start investing in being the strongest version that you can be. Strong, not just emotionally, but physically. Because by being strong physically, you will be able to withstand whatever chaos, stress, and challenge comes your way. It will not knock you on your ass. It will keep you up and going. So I thank you so much for being here with me today. For anyone that wants to reach out to me, if you're watching through Facebook, just go ahead and message me. If you're watching through YouTube or Twitter, my email is scrolling on the very bottom. If you need assistance regarding putting together the right prescription plan for your strength training routine and bringing the spiritual aspects into this process, I would love to have a conversation with you. If you need some guidance in reference to learning how to read your natal chart to find out where the 4 major planets are, placements are, 6th house, 12th house, Taurus, and Virgo, and what's in there and how this is playing a role on your health, I would love to be able to help you. All you got to do is reach out to me. All that being said, I thank you all so much for being here. Until next time, have yourself an amazing, amazing month of May. Oh, and by the way, before I let it all go, for those of you who do catch me on my show, Joanne's Healing Within, new time and new day. I will be on live on Monday nights, the 1st and 3rd Monday of the month, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. You can come join me starting May 6th. That's my new time and new channel. I'm looking forward to seeing you all there. Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, the first and third Monday of the month. Super excited to be there and super excited to share more insight with each and every one of you. Those of you who are hopping on right now, come back and watch on the replay. Until next time, bye-bye for now.